Welcome again to the 4th edition of the Online Recruitment Telegraph. I have with me today Maria Maguire from Sonru. She's a Country Manager. Welcome.
Thank you.
Today.
Thanks for having me.
No problem. We're going to talk about Sonru. Actually, Sonru, what's that name all about? Where does that come from?
Sonru is an Irish word and it means to stand out. So because we're talking about recruitment, it's the candidate that stands out from the crowd.
Oh, awesome. That's pretty cool. So, Sonru obviously is in the online interviewing space.
That's right.
So what is online interviewing and what's so good about it?
Yeah, so online interviewing is a cloud-based application that is automating the most time-consuming of the recruitment process, which is that first round screening or the shortlisting of candidates. So it's replacing your traditional, say, phone screen or first round interviews with the use of video. It's not like Skype or other video conferencing facilities because you don't have to, the recruiter and the candidate don't have to be online at the same time. So the candidate can do this anytime, anywhere with the use of a webcam and a computer.
Okay, very good. And obviously there are other competitors of yours doing online interviewing out there. So what's the unique value proposition of Sonru?
Terrific. Sonru is a global leader in this field. We've been facilitating online interviews since 2008. We're working with the likes of Apple, Johnson & Johnson, Schroders Investment Bank, a lot of great international and multinational companies. We are a global company, so we've got 24/7 support. We also pride ourselves on our security of the application, which is really important. So it's built to online banking type security. It's also built on an API framework, so we can integrate with applicant tracking systems, which we have done with systems such as Turbo Recruit and Taleo. And finally, what recruiters really like is that candidates actually don't get to see the questions in advance in the video. So unlike some of our other products out there. So once they start the video, they can't stop, start or re-record it. So what that means is the recruiters getting back sort of not polished or rehearsed type interviews, and that means the candidates are only spending up to 15 minutes on doing the video.
Excellent. All right. So from an organization that is using your product, so have you been able to quantify any financial gains or any process improvements that they get out of using your tools?
Yes, we certainly have. Clients' feedback is that up to 50%, they're reducing the recruitment cycle by up to 50%. So time.
Okay.
So, for example, BioWare, which is one of the global leaders in the gaming world, have been using Sonru, and they have decreased their application, their recruitment cycle from 3 weeks. Now that's from application to offer, which means as well that they get those offer to talent before their competitors as well. In terms of cost, we have clients are telling us that they're reducing recruitment costs anywhere from 50 to 80%. We're working with nuclear graduates, which include Rolls-Royce, Magnot and Sellafield, and they find that they're reducing the manpower or the personnel required to do this screening. So they've reduced that from 20 people down to 3. So that's significant amount of saving there.
That's pretty good. And now from the person that does the recruitment, so the recruiters themselves, so why do they prefer to use online interviewing as opposed to any of the traditional ways of doing first stage interviewing? Yeah,
recruiters love using Sonru because they set a deadline for when that video needs to be returned. So it's taken away all the scheduling headaches that they've experienced in the past. They can also reach out to a wider talent pool, so that could be nationally, regionally and internationally as well. We're working with CERN, who created the World Wide Web, and they're using Sonru to recruit over 20 countries. So that's also helping them to reduce costs of travel and things like that as well.
All right, very good. Now, obviously, very important is the candidate end. So, so do they prefer to use online interviewing as well?
Yes, we've done a lot of research with candidates, and the feedback is that the 5 times more respondents would prefer to use an online interview than a phone interview. The reasons were that they can do it in the comfort of their own home, in their own time. They can put the kids to bed or do it at a weekend at a time that suits them. It's also a fair process, so they found it was quite fair that everyone gets asked same questions, same amount of time to record and view the questions, and also it's a really user-friendly tool to use.
And in terms of the hardware that they need at their homes to do this, does it vary a lot in terms of the quality? I mean, if I have a specific webcam versus a different webcam, like the quality of the output when it comes to using Sonru, does that matter a lot?
It doesn't differ. What the application at the start does some tests to make sure that the candidate does have adequate broadband. And touch wood, all candidates in Australia have been able to do it. We've had no issues there. That the webcam is working and it's connected, and the microphone's working and it's connected. So it tests that up front to make sure that there's no issues. And again, we've got that 24/7 support if the candidate is having any concerns or issues at all.
Oh, very good. Okay, so now from the perspective of a company like ours, being an applicant tracking system, what has been your experience in terms of the integration? What is the end result of an integrated applicant tracking and online interviewing system?
As I mentioned, Sonru does integrate with applicant tracking systems such as Turbo Recruit, and we see obviously they're 2 separate systems, but with that integration it does make it a lot more seamless. You can log in obviously to the one. You don't need separate logins. Obviously the storing of the data is much different as well. So certainly with that integration, it is more of a streamlined and straight process.
Oh, very good. Oh, fantastic. All right, and we have you have given us a few examples of organizations already using the system, and they are from what I can tell in the corporate end. So what about the agency side? What is the value proposition for an agency using your product?
Yes, certainly recruitment agencies are really seeing Sonru as a value add for their clients. That's not only current clients, but also when they're prospecting or they're getting new business. The reason for that is a major key to the Sonru tool is that you can actually share those videos with either line managers, or you can share them with clients as well. So what they see is the actual video of the candidate of the interview, and the system allows them to see the notes that the recruiter has made. They can add their own notes as well. So not only is that the value add of being able to give that service to clients, it's also speeding up the process and getting that decision a little bit quicker.
Oh, very good. All right. And then my final question would be from the recruitment process perspective. So how does an online interviewing tool help you make better recruitment decisions?
Perfect. Because it allows you to funnel down those candidates and select the best talent from those from that process first and foremost, and it reduces the recruitment cycle, getting that offer to talent quickly. So that's the main benefits of the tool.
Well, very good. Well, thank you, Maria. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
And please continue listening and viewing our segments on this issue of the Online Recruitment Telegraph. And remember to send us questions, any feedback that you may have, at Jafeth@RecruitAdvantage.com.au. Thank you.